Yo, what up guys, I'm Sammy and welcome back to the Soul Drop. And we've had a leaked, or I guess like an unveiling of the Nike Lebron 22. So of course, LeBron James was playing in the LeBron 22 in the Team USA practice. He brought it out and everyone posted it. And I posted it on Instagram and a lot of you guys did not like it, which is pretty funny, right? So let's actually read some of the comments that y'all's, like there's a lot of comments on it, right? So some of you guys actually liked it, but I feel like the majority of the comments were like kind of negative, you know? So yeah, a lot of people were saying it's a Freak 5/6 kind of like design, which I agree on. It has that big swoosh. Like someone says Lebron 22 question mark. That has a good amount of likes on that comment. You know, upper made for a big man, mid/outsoles made for a guard, I guess, right? With like the leather upper, looks like a Giannis. Yes. Nike is running out of ideas. They look generic. There's throw up emojis, but someone said fire. Just okay. Looking good. 21's better. I don't know. I feel like the LeBron 22 looks a little bit better to me than the LeBron 21. I didn't really like how the 21 looked as much. The 20 definitely looks the best, you know? Someone says, hell nah, you know what I mean? But yeah, as far as like how it looks, I like it. I feel like there's a lot of unnecessary hate, but honestly, I like it. But as far as like performance goes, I don't know. You know what I mean? So first of all, like I said, you can obviously see the leather materials, and the leather materials are kind of crazy. And LeBron's are 200 bucks. Freaking expensive, right? So the Jordan 39 just came out, and that shoe has a really nice leather upper. I like the leather quality on that material as well, but it looks like a synthetic leather with like a pattern on it, which it doesn't look like it'll be very good for quality. You know, it doesn't look buttery smooth just from this picture. So I'm a little bit worried about that. Also, of course, we can see a double swoosh. We can see a very large swoosh from the on the actual upper, and then we can see a smaller swoosh in the midfoot area on this. What is this? Plastic? Is that plastic? Oh my! Wait, but it is embroidered. You can see that embroidery a little bit. Huh? That's kind of interesting. And then in the heel, you can see a little sliver of foam that's exposed. What's going on for the cushion? So we can see that foam, right? But then also in the forefoot, it does come down pretty dang low. So that has me guessing maybe it might be a drop-in. Hopefully it's a drop-in, you know what I mean? I'd be very, very happy, you know? And if they brought it back to the LeBron 11 with a full-length zoom unit with that, I believe it was lunar line and full-length zoom, right? That'd be awesome, you know what I mean? But I don't know, I have my doubts on that. LeBron's never done a drop-in midsole besides in the LeBron 11, I believe. It's always been either like full-length zoom or a crazy zoom unit or Air Max, you know? And then in like the last, two models, it's been zoom turbo in the forefoot, you know what I mean? And then a very large volume zoom unit in the heel, like the LeBron 20 and the 21. But then like, if you look at the actual ride of the cushion, it looks really low to the ground, which makes it look like a drop-in midsole, but I can be wrong, you know what I mean? But if it was, I'd be happy. And then in the heel also, we have this kind of like, what is this cord? Is the cord like, is that his signature or something? If it was, that'd be kind of cool. That's a pretty nice touch. And then the tongue looks pretty big, but doesn't look very well padded. But yeah, that's the thing that I'm most curious about is like, what's the cushioning setup? You know what I mean? What do you guys think it is? And what do you guys want it to be? You know? But yeah, as far as the leather material, I'm not a huge fan of that. But of course, it's LeBron. He needs a lot of support. So yeah, so there is the LeBrons, and also next we have a leaked image of the DVD 3, which is Spencer Dinwiddie's signature shoe with 361 degrees. If you guys didn't know, I really like the DVD 1, and also the DVD 2. The regular DVD 2 is pretty dang nice, right? But then with the SE, especially since they changed it up with the SE for the cushioning setup, I really enjoy that shoe. I really like playing in that shoe. It's been in my rotation actually pretty loosely, you know what I mean? Like the cushioning setup is one of the best cushioning setups for guards. You know, if you want a really nice responsive cushioning setup with really good underfoot cushion, it's great because of that soft mesh strobel, right? But we have his third signature shoe apparently, and I'm not liking it, guys. I don't like how it looks. It says engineered for speed and it says quick drive system. So I'm pretty interested to see what the cushioning setup is, right? But yeah, looking at the heel, I don't know. I thought that was hella cage, but it looks like it's foam. So I'm pretty happy about that. But then in the midfoot, what's going on there? Like what's inside of that? You know what I mean? And also we can see that like a triangle shape. It's like, it's kind of like an eclipse plate almost, where it's like cored out, but then it looks like there's another foam inside, you know? So the cushioning setup has me intrigued a lot, right? And also another thing that's pretty weird is that in the forefoot, the foam comes up, but it's just like one little notch coming up. It's like an oval shape, you know? And then we have this kind of like in the midfoot embroidered material, which looks pretty interesting, right? And then also we have some other colorways. So we have this black and green colorway. We have this pretty interesting like tan colorway, and then a Lakers colorway, of course. And it's a lot easier to see the material in the Lakers colorway, but also we can see the upper as well from like this top view, right? And shout out to Conquer 21. But then yeah, it looks like a really crazy like synthetic material in the toe box, which I'm not a huge fan of. You know what I mean? And then we can see, what is that? Well, we can see the laces, of course, and then the tongue. It looks to have like some ventilation holes on it. But we have the 361 degrees logo, but then also the design of the shoe on the tongue, which is pretty interesting. But yeah, honestly, like, it looks kind of weird to me. Not a huge fan of how it looks, you know? But there is a DVD 3. And also something that I forgot to mention is the medial side of the LeBron 22, right? So we have a pretty potato quality picture of the LeBron 22 from the medial side, but we have a swoosh in the toe box on the medial side, which is pretty interesting. But also we have the LeBron crown on that, like whatever that is in the midfoot. You know, we don't know if it's the foam or if it's like a material, like a textile material or something. That's what it looks like in like on the lateral side. But we can see the crown there. But again, I'm very, very curious to see what the cushioning setup is, right? And then last but not least, we have the tech specs of the Zoom Freak 6, right? So first of all, the Zoom Freak 6, or not the Zoom Freak 6, they're calling it the Giannis Freak 6, which is weird. I don't know why they changed it up. You know, it used to be the Zoom Freak 1, and I believe they had that until the 4. And then the Zoom Freak 5, they changed it up. Like if you look at Nike.com, it says Giannis Freak 5 right now. And then now the Giannis Freak 6, and also the Giannis... Wait, they're calling it the Immortality 4 now? It's not the Giannis Immortality? It used to be called the Giannis Immortality. I don't know. Anyways, the budget model. His budget model is the Immortality 4. He's on the 4 right now. And it's supposed to release August 16th at select retail partners, it says. So I'm guessing like Foot Locker and stuff like that. And also on Nike.com. So pretty much in a couple weeks, we got the Freak 6 and then also the Immortality 4, right? So if you look at the Immortality 4, they actually have some really dope colorways, and I really like how it looks. You know what I mean? The overall design looks great, but it's literally recycled from the Immortality 3, right? The outsole and midsole, and that's what Nike does for all their budget shoes. They recycle the outsole and midsole, which I hate. It's just not, I don't hate it, but it's just kind of annoying. It's just like literally the exact same shoe, but the upper is a little bit different, you know? Obviously, we have the reverse swoosh, and it looks to be like a textile material, but it looks kind of cheap. You know what I mean? And also we got some cords on the upper as well. But in the heel, it's not a positive material, but it looks like a positive material a little bit. You know what I mean? But if it's anything like the Giannis Immortality 3, the traction is probably going to be pretty solid if they kept the rubber compound the same. And then the foam, there's a little bit of compression, but it's not that nice for the cushion, you know? So, but yeah, the colorways are really dope, and I really like the gradient, especially in the heel and also on the midsole. Like this like volt orange color with the black tongue looks great. This kind of like aqua colorway looks cool. This purple and pink colorway looks great. And also the white colorway, all black colorway. It just looks really good, right? And now moving on to the Giannis Freak 6, right? So as far as the cushioning setup goes, we know what the cushion is gonna be, right? So the Giannis Freak 6 features Cushlon 2.0 foam. I like Cushlon. Cushlon's soft, you know what I mean? The only bad thing about Cushlon is that it bottoms out pretty quickly. So when you first get it, it's actually soft, it's nice, it's comfortable, but then after a little bit, it bottoms out pretty quickly and gets stiff, right? Also, there is a 4-foot air zoom unit. It doesn't say whether it's top loaded or bottom loaded, but that's nice, 4-foot zoom unit. And then an updated Freak print outsole. What? Freak. Freak print. Oh my god. But yeah, it's very, very similar to the Freak 5 traction pattern, which is literally just his logo. So nothing too crazy there, but I guess in the midfoot it does kind of like distort a little bit. But the Freak 5 had really nice traction, so the 6 hopefully, you know, with the rubber compound is very, very nice. But yeah, I guess, you know, the cushion, like I thought it was gonna be like dual density, but it's not really saying anything about that, which is weird because in this kind of like black and gray colorway with the Volt swoosh, it looks dual density. Like they're coloring the foam different, and also the foam, like the texture and like the pattern that's on the foam is different as well. In this colorway, and also in like the rose colorway, it's different. Like the color, you know, the foam in the midfoot and forefoot is like white, but in the heel, it's this kind of like tan color, you know what I mean? So I thought it was gonna be dual density, but it's saying it's not. It's saying it's just Cushlon 2.0 foam. So that's pretty interesting, right? And also it says it's a breathable mono mesh material for the overall upper, which that's cool. I like mesh, right? Hopefully it's overall supportive, but it does look like it's a really thin material. But also nothing that kind of worries me is the lateral containment, right? So in the midfoot, it looks like the foam comes up a good amount, which is good. And also in the heel, it looks like the foam like kind of wraps around the heel as well a little bit. But in the forefoot, we got nothing. So hopefully the mono mesh is supportive enough for your forefoot, you know, for lateral movements. But as far as lateral counters in the forefoot, it doesn't really seem like there's anything, you know what I mean? But something that's interesting in what it says here is that it says a TPU midsole, which is weird. Maybe it's like a softer polyurethane, or there is such thing as that. So maybe the heel is that TPU midsole, and then it says an internal containment structure offer lateral stability for all 4 quarters. Huh. Very, very interesting. Maybe that's what that is, you know what I mean? But it doesn't really specify anything. Like it doesn't say it's dual density or anything. But either way, I do like Cushlon foam and 4-foot zoom unit. It also does look overall really minimal for the upper. It's probably gonna be a lightweight shoe. I really like how it looks as well, especially with this rose colorway. What do you guys think of this like black, gray, and Volt colorway? But anyways, that about concludes this video. I'm very, very excited about the LeBron 22. I mean, it should be coming out soon. And the Freak 6 and the Immortality 4 is literally coming out in a couple weeks, which I'm very excited about as well. And the DVD 3 should be coming out soon too, because the DVD 2 has been out for quite some time. So tell us what you guys are excited about down in the comment section below. And also, again, tell us what you guys think of the LeBron 22. Like, what do you guys think the cushion is going to be? But that about wraps it up. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.